whatever is your outer experiences, whatever is your surroundings, that becomes your mind. From fearing death, you accept death. We're all temporary visitors. So death might happen any moment. Just because you are suffering, just because you are crying, nothing is going to change in the reality. Only you will suffer. If you think relationship is a challenge, then your relationship will become challenging. When you have a mindset of do or die, you become victorious, you become successful. Simple formula. So the first and foremost, mindset. So it has two words, mind and set. So mindset is nothing but a set of your opinions, a set of your belief systems, a set of all your conclusions about life. So this is set which impacts your life, your opinions, your belief systems, your conclusions. So this impacts our life to a great extent. What is mind? Mind is nothing but a bundle of thoughts. Mind is from your outer surroundings. Mind is from your understanding of outer surroundings, your experiences. Mind comes from outside. Whatever is your outer experiences, whatever is your surroundings, that becomes your mind. Mind can be described in many ways. You can say mind is a bundle of thoughts, or you can say mind is the patterns of your thoughts, or you can say mind is your limited understanding of life, or you can say mind is nothing but an interface between body and the soul. The soul operates in the body through the mind. So that's why it becomes an interface. So there is a monkey mind and there is a beautiful mind. And when we speak about a mindset, there is a limited mindset and there is a growth mindset. Positive mindset, negative mindset. Your life depends on your mindset. Your life is equal to your mind. Or in other words, your life is equal to your mindset. As your mind is, so is your life. Many people think mind is bad. Mind is actually not bad. The uncultivated mind creates troubles, creates problems, creates needless suffering. Whereas the cultivated mind enjoys life to the fullest. A beautiful mind is the foundation to celebrate life. Rectification of the mind is the need of the hour. Cultivation of the mind, whether it call it as a cultivation of the mind, rectification of the mind, that is the need of the hour. When your mind is rectified, your life changes to better. Let us understand this with a little more examples. Let us go into some practical examples. Suppose somebody, our loved ones, vacated the body. How does the mind perceive? It depends on your mindset. How do you perceive any incident depends on your mindset. Loved ones vacating the body. There is a mindset where you don't understand what is death. And for you, death is related to fear. For example, for you, death is related to fear. Then, based on your mindset, it is a tragedy. But you understand that death is nothing but a transition from the physical to the astral. It is like a caterpillar becoming a butterfly, a transition. It is like the soul going back home. When you have this kind of a mindset, then you accept death. From fearing death, you accept death. Same incident, but how you view that incident depends on your mindset. When your loved ones have vacated the body, it is not so easy to understand that they have gone back home. Let me give a grand farewell. It's not so easy. It needs a lot of enlightenment. It needs a lot of understanding of life. Emotions are definitely there. Even if you are greatest of the greatest enlightened masters, or you have a high degree of understanding of life, you will definitely go through emotions because we're all emotional beings. Definitely you will go through emotions. If you're highly enlightened, then few seconds. If you're not enlightened, then few days. So here, when I use the word enlightenment, what I mean is the degree of your level of understanding of life. You are no more in darkness of life. You are in the light. You are in awareness of the process of life, the journey of the soul. When you understand the journey of the soul, then you are enlightened. Your loved ones have vacated the body. Few minutes of emotional pain, few minutes of sadness, and then you quickly get back to your composure, emotional balance, and you understand that life is a drama, and they have gone back home, then there is nothing to be worried about. Life is a temporary journey. We're all temporary visitors. So death might happen any moment. So you take that same incident to reflect something about your own life and start giving priority to the most important things in your life. The same incident, you can take it as a reminder to change your priorities in life. If you have the right mindset, if you have the correct mindset. But if you don't have the correct mindset, if you don't have the right understanding of life and death, then departure of the loved ones becomes a tragedy. You will go into the grieving process, not few minutes, few hours, but few days and few months also. And you will go through needless suffering. You have to underline this point. You will go through needless suffering. Just because you are suffering, just because you are crying, nothing is going to change in the reality. Only you will suffer. So let us take another example. Your understanding about money, your mindset about money. Suppose if you have a mindset, money is against your spiritual growth. Money is not good. Money, wealth is a stumbling block in your spiritual journey. If you have this mindset, then you will have a lot of money problems. You have a lot of financial problems. You will never live in abundance. You cannot realize all your dreams because of the limitations you have created because of your mindset. I will tell my own example. A few years ago, I had a mindset that majority of the business people are not good. They focus only on money. They focus only on their own luxuries. Instead of helping so many poor people, they focus on their own lavishness. Business people focus is only earning money. They are not good-hearted people. Business people don't have good heart. They're always calculative in their head. So this was my assumption many years ago. Because I had this mindset, as a result, I had many financial challenges. But when I changed my perspective, that business people are also good people. They have their own way of understanding life. And only when you have money, you can do something to the planet Earth. You can do seva. Whatever you want to do, whatever the dreams you have, it can be fulfilled only when you have money. Money is an important element in life. Money is a very, very important element in the physical life. In the spiritual life, it doesn't play any role. But in the physical life, it plays a very, very important role. So when I started appreciating that business people are also good and money is not bad. So when I changed my perception towards the business people, there are many great business people who became my friends. Before that, I had no business people as friends because I had a certain judgment, I had a certain opinion. Because I had a certain opinion, I had no friends among the business community. When I changed my mindset, when I changed my thinking, when I changed my opinion, when I changed my perception, when I changed my viewpoint, then the magic happened. The magic is so many billionaires around the world, they become my good friends. And through this friendship, a lot of good things happened. I could deeply understand the important role they play in the society. And because of my friendship, they got impacted positively. They started doing more charity. They came into the path of meditation. They became vegetarians and they started doing more charity. So that is the benefit they got. And through them, more meditation, more spiritual service I can do. So that's the benefit I got. And also, I started seeing all the positives they have, their sincerity, their hard work, the clarity they have, the discipline they have. I could able to see a lot of good things. Before, I couldn't see any good things in them. But when I changed my mindset, I could see all good things in them. So my mindset was my stumbling block. So when I changed my inner, the outer changed. My outer reality changed. So this is a very important point to understand. When you change your inner, the outer changes. When you change your inner reality, your own outer reality changes. And naturally, I was no more in debts. I had no financial problems. I personally had financial problems before, but when I changed my perception about money and the business people, because business people are the guardians, the custodians of all the wealth. So it created a great impact. And because of that impact, I could do more seva. I could do more service. You see, before I wanted to do a lot of service, but I was limited with a lot of financial constraints. But as I changed my mindset, I could be able to do a lot of service, a lot of seva. Nothing changed overnight, but the change is slow and steady. should always understand the change is slow and steady. Just because you attend this workshop or you attend this online class, nothing is going to change overnight, but something has changed. Something will change. Slowly, slowly, it will impact. Change is slow and steady. Now, coming to the practical spirituality, we have discussed two examples. I can quote many, many examples. Let us quote an example of relationship. If you think relationship is a challenge, then your relationship will become challenging. As you think, so you become. If you think relationships are beautiful, then you will attract all beautiful relationships. You will attract beautiful friendships. You will attract beautiful colleagues. And even your existing relationships become beautiful. When it comes to relationships, we always try to blame others. We find fault with others. We think we are best. It is because of others we are suffering. But the truth is, what relationship you have with yourself, what mindset you have when it comes to relationships, that matters. You can see children who are born in families where the parents don't have good relationship, where there is a lot of marital abuse. Those children, they choose to be single. They don't want marriage. They will say marriage is a hell. Because what they've seen their parents quarreling. They've seen the parents, father and mother disrespecting each other. They don't see any joy among the parents. There is no positive vibes in the family. So because that is their experience in their upbringing, so their experiences becomes their mindset. Your experiences becomes your mindset. Your opinions becomes your mindset. Your viewpoint, your understanding becomes your mindset. So they have this mindset, marriage is no good. So these children, when they grow up, they choose not to be in marriage. And unconsciously or subconsciously, they attract similar kind of partners. They will say, okay, marriage is no good, but let us go for live-in relationship. But even in live-in relationship, they attract a similar kind of partners. There is a difference between two things. There is a difference between understanding. There is a difference between knowing and doing. Knowing and doing, two different things. Knowing is the first level. Doing is the next level. Both are not same. You know you have to meditate every day, but are you doing meditation every day? You know you have to read books every day, but are you reading books every day? You know you have to do seva to the best extent possible. You know you have to do service to the best extent possible, tan, man, then energetically, from the body level, from the mind level, from the soul level, you have to do service to the best possible extent. You know it, but are you doing it? So knowing is different, doing is different. You know you are the only reason for your own happiness or for your own suffering. Only you are the only person who is the reason. But when it comes to execution, unknowingly, unconsciously, we find fault with others. We compare, we judge, we criticize. So knowing is different from doing. Knowing is the first stage. Doing is the next stage. So for your knowing, to put it in action, what is needed? What you need is the right mindset. If your mindset is right, then your knowing becomes doing. Now, how to change this? How to graduate from the knowing space to the doing space? So for that, you need a lot of energy and you need a lot of awareness. Energy, awareness, and willpower. Three things you need: energy, awareness, and willpower. So how can you maximize your willpower? How can you increase your willpower? By setting your own boundaries. By setting, you define your boundaries and you follow your own boundaries. Your willpower increases. For example, you decide, today I'm not going to speak. I'm in Mauna today. You have made a decision that you are going to be in Mauna. You have to stick on to your decision because you have kept the boundary that today, 24 hours, I'm going to be in Mauna. So you have to stick on to that, come what may. So whatever, any kind of situation arises, you are sticking on to your own decision that you are going to be in silence in that particular day. So the more you practice Mauna, the more your willpower increases. Or today, for example, you say, okay, today I'm going to eat only fruits. So that day, whatever the situation, you have to eat only fruits. Whatever the temptation, whatever your colleagues or your friends or family members tempt you, your mind should not waver. Your mind should not go left and right. Your mind should stick on to your decision, your own decision. Then your willpower increases. The mind becomes stronger when you follow your own set of boundaries. Whatever the boundaries you have kept it for yourself, when you follow it, your willpower increases, your mind becomes stronger. You want to get up early morning in the Brahma Muhurt and you want to meditate. You wanted it. So set yourself, create a strong boundary before going to sleep. You tell yourself, tomorrow at any cost, I'm going to get up by 4 o'clock and meditate, come what may. You decide in the night and you sleep, you will definitely get up in the morning. But if the decision is not strong before going to bed, okay, if possible, I will wake up. If not, it's okay. If you have this kind of mindset, then you'll never get up in the morning 4 o'clock. So your willpower depends on your decision. So that is a very important equation. Your willpower depends on your decision. If your decision power is strong, your willpower becomes strong. If your decision power is weak, then your willpower naturally is weak. Almost 17 years ago, I have made a decision that if at all I'm living on the planet Earth, I have to live a life of knowing what am I, who am I, what is life, what is death. Without knowing what is life, there is no point of living life. So I have made a decision. If at all I have to continue my life, I will continue only by knowing what is life. My decision is so strong. For 2.5 years, I was in intense sadhana. The whole world discouraged me. My parents discouraged me. My friends left me. I was jobless, penniless. The whole world called me a crazy person, out of balance. Some people called me escapist. So many people called so many things. But my decision power was so strong. I said, whatever might be the judgments, there was not even one person who can understand. The whole world was on one side. I am on one side alone. Single man army facing the whole world. I come from a joint family. So I have to face the entire spectrum of people against me. In spite of all discouragements, in spite of all judgments, in spite of all criticism from others, I stick on to my decision. I'm able to stick on to my decision because of the decision power. And eventually, see, at that time, I don't know whether I'll be successful or not. During my initial practice, whether I'll be successful, whether I'll be able to know the truth, whether I'll be able to realize the truth or not. I'm risking everything. I'm risking the whole life. I'm risking my career. I'm risking every single thing. But my decision power was so strong. I said, come what may. At least I have to give my 100%. I have to make an attempt. I have to make a sincere attempt. If attempting 100%, if I'm so sincere and I'm doing my best, even if I fail, I won't regret. Even if I fail, I won't regret because I have at least attempted. But if I didn't even attempt, see, I thought 17 years ago, this is my choice. Okay, what if I couldn't find what I want? What if my whole life is a failure? Then I told myself, oh, even if it is a failure, at least there is no regret because I have made an attempt. But if I didn't make an attempt, then I cannot forgive myself. During the time of departure, during the time of vacating the body, I will be very sad because I didn't even attempt. So I told myself, instead of regretting during the time of death, I better do something now. It's not an easy journey, 2.5 years, jobless, penniless, facing the criticism of the whole world. Not an easy journey. But for me, it was an easy journey. In general, it is not an easy journey, but for me, it is an easy journey because my decision was so strong. My willpower was so strong. I was in a do or die mode. Because of my own willpower, I came out in flying colors. But if my decision was weak, I wouldn't be in front of you. So my mindset, what was my mindset at that time? My mindset was do or die. That was my mindset. When you have a mindset of do or die, you become victorious, you become successful. Simple formula. If your mindset is do or die, then anything you attempt becomes successful. Even if you fail in that endeavor, you are still successful because you are given your 100%. This is the same formula for businessmen. I met so many business people, so many successful business people. They had the same mindset, do or die. They are willing to risk everything in their life for the passion of business. Because they are willing to risk everything, they become successful. When you have that mindset, when you have that ultimate passion, whatever it comes, whatever it takes, I have to do it. I will do it. So initially there might be many failures, but eventually the failures becomes the stepping stone of success. Now let us take the example of failure. If you have a mindset, growth mindset, okay? So if you have a growth mindset, then every failure you will take it as an opportunity of growth. From every failure, you will learn something. The failure experience becomes a precious experience for you if you have the growth mindset, because there is something you learned from it. And you will not repeat the same mistake. There is something you learned. You become more powerful. You become more confident. You learn new things. It's a valuable lesson. There is a precious lesson in every failure. So, for a growth mindset, failure is a blessing. For a stagnant mindset, for a negative mindset, then failure is a demotivation. They cannot take failures. They give up. They give up on whatever they have initiated. They give up on their desires. They give up on their dreams. So when you give up, your willpower becomes weak. When you don't give up, your willpower becomes strong. If you don't give up, your willpower becomes strong. If you give up, your willpower becomes weak. So when you have a limited mindset or when you have a negative mindset, then failure is the end of the road. Failure is the end of the road for a limited mindset. Failure is a stepping stone for a growth mindset. The same incident gives a different outcome, depends on your mindset. Some people, even though they don't like the job, they continue doing the job because they're not confident in themselves. Because they have a mindset, if I lose this job, I may not get another job. They continue suffering in their life. They drag their feet to work every day. But for a person who has a mindset, if not this job, there is plenty of other jobs. I will do a job which gives me joy. I will not do job for money, but I will do job for my joy. So what is this mindset? This mindset is, there is no survival consciousness here. So this mindset is full of confidence. This mindset is full of confidence where you say, if not this job, there are thousands of jobs. But if you have a mindset of survival, if you have a mindset of lack of confidence, self-confidence, then you continue suffering in the same job and there is no growth in the job. And you keep on adding suffering every day. So that is a needless suffering. That is why we call it as a needless suffering. You could have avoided it, but needlessly you are suffering. But when you have a mindset where, if not this job, there are many jobs, there is no point of living doing a job which I don't like. When you have this kind of a mindset, then you will find a better job. There will be growth in your career. You will be the best of who you are. Depends on the mindset. Again, suppose there is a lot of layoffs. Companies go through regular layoffs. So you lose your job. If you have a miraculous mindset, if you have a growth mindset, for example, you have a growth mindset and you lost your job, you will be very happy. You will celebrate your life. You say, thank God I lost this job so that I can find a better job. God is great. He is helping me find a better job. Oh God, you are so great. Suppose if you don't have this mindset, you have a negative mindset, then the same incident, you lost job, that's it. Your life is collapsed. You start immediately thinking of bills. Where will I pay the bill? How will I feed the family? You become regressive. Instead of progressive, you become regressive. So it all depends on the mindset. In my college days, I had a hostel mate. Okay. So he did some funny things in the college, which is not in alignment with the management rules. So he got suspended for 10 days. And he was so happy when he came back to the hostel. And he said, okay, I'm going back to my hometown. I said, what happened? The college suspended me for 10 days. He was so happy. Then I asked him, are you not feeling bad? It's a beautiful opportunity for me. I'll go back to my hometown. I will enjoy the festivals. This is a festival season. I'll go enjoy the festivals. So what he did, he went to his hometown and he told his family members that it is a college holiday. So 10 days he enjoyed fully and came back. Because of the mindset he has, he is able to enjoy. Even the suspension he is able to enjoy. College is anyway suspended. Why to regret it? Use it as a holiday opportunity. You see, it all depends on how you take life, what kind of a mindset you have. He had a cool mindset. So what? 10 days college suspension, not a big deal. So negative becomes positive if you have a positive mindset. Your challenges become growth opportunities when you have a positive mindset. Now imagine the same incident, college incident. If you don't have a healthy mindset, then there is every possibility the student would have gone into depression. There is every possibility the student would have felt judged, insulted. Maybe he would have dropped from the college only, right? So it all depends on the mindset. I'm not encouraging cheating, but I'm giving an example of mindset. Okay. The conclusion for today is how you view life that matters. Your mindset depends on how you view life, how you see life. A very, very important point to understand, my dear friends. How you perceive life, what kind of understanding you have towards your life, that molds your mindset. If you are able to see life from a higher perspective, if you're able to see life from a soul perspective, then everything is a drama. You will enjoy the drama. You will have the mindset of enjoyment. If you're able to see life from a soul point of view, you are able to enjoy the life. If you're seeing the life from the body mind perspective, then life is full of challenges. Your mindset becomes limited mindset. You have to understand this point very clearly. Your mindset becomes limited mindset if you see life from a body mind perspective. From the body mind perspective, there is a limitation. It becomes limited. From the body mind perspective, life is full of challenges, life is struggle, life is so much of tragedy, so much of injustice. From the body mind perspective, there is suffering because of your limited mindset. From the body mind soul perspective, life becomes a Leela, a play, a divine play. What is Leela? Leela is a play, a divine play between body, mind, and soul. Body, mind on one level, soul on the other level. So it is a cosmic dance between soul and body, mind. So you assume body, mind is female, you assume soul is male. So the male and female, the soul and body, mind in a dance, Leela. You will enjoy the paradoxes of life. From the body mind perspective, there is death. From the soul perspective, there is no death. So there is a Leela. You understand from both the perspectives. So you understand from both the perspectives, life becomes a divine play. From the spiritual perspective, money is a stupidity. From the physical perspective, money is very important. So there is a play, there is a Leela. From the physical perspective, husband-wife relationship is challenging. From the soul perspective, husband-wife relationship is the most beautiful entertainment. Again, paradox, Leela. Two things, two opposite things simultaneously playing. A divine play. Leela means a divine play. From the body-mind perspective, failure is a stumbling block. From the soul perspective, failure is a beautiful opportunity to learn, to grow. So your mindset depends on your soul viewpoint. If you have the soul viewpoint, then you have a growth mindset. You have a enjoyment mindset. You have a celebration mindset. But if your viewpoint is only from the body mind level, then you have a limited mindset. You have a regressive mindset. So your mindset depends on your viewpoint. So meditation plays an important role. Every time you do meditation, your mindset is changing. Every time you read books, your mindset is changing. Every time you are in Sajjana Sangatya, your mindset is changing. Your mindset is impacted, it is changing step by step, bit by bit. Nothing changes overnight, but some change is happening. I'll give you an example. If you are making a friendship with a person who is a chain smoker, all the time he's smoking, and you are having a friendship with him, then you are impacted with that friendship. One day, sooner or later, you are tempted to smoke. If you are having a friendship with a person who is having full of service mindset, who is having full of service attitude, he's always in seva. He always thinks about his own good, and he also simultaneously thinks about others' good. You are having friendship with that kind of a person, your understanding also changes, your mindset also changes. You are having friendship with a negative person, your mindset becomes negative. If you're having friendship with a positive person, your mindset becomes positive. Your friendships impact you. How it impacts you? It impacts your mindset. It impacts your understanding. It impacts your opinions. Your opinions, your viewpoints, your belief system, your conclusions, your understanding becomes your mindset. Because the soul operates in the body through the mind. Thank you very much. Namaste to all.